Good morning or afternoon, wherever you're joining in with this. So welcome to day 22, or day 1 if you've just joined. So this morning I thought I actually realised the other day that we haven't even touched on any kind of mantras. We've said a few during practice, but we're going to work with Om this morning. So during meditation, I don't know if you've found yet, but if you've been doing it for a long practice anyway, you might not. But if you're new to meditation, what you might find during sitting here, just working with the breath, is that thoughts come into the mind and distract you from what's going on. And we have a tendency to do this quite a lot. I do it, everyone does it. We sit here, we come to stillness, and then constantly thoughts are coming in, and then we get fixated on the thoughts. So we think, oh, this isn't going very well. Oh, it's a bit boring today, whatever it may be. So the way to kind of bring you back to the actual meditation itself is to use a mantra. So some people will use, which we did, you did hand gestures, but also just a word. So you can use a word. And during your meditation, when you are breathing and you're sat in stillness with the eyes closed, anytime you feel that your mind is floating away or getting carried away with thoughts, you simply bring yourself back to that word. So you repeat it just silently in your mind, and that hopefully should allow you to gain a benefit from meditation. So a lot of people have said to me, oh, I can't meditate, it's really difficult, thoughts coming into the mind, I get really distracted, I'm thinking about what to do for dinner, blah, 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 whatever it may be. Perfectly normal. I still do that. Everyone still does that. But it's not about completely completely shutting the mind off. It's about quieting the mind. So if you can do that by thinking of a word, a mantra, Om, which we're going to use today, then that's absolutely fine. So we're going to try and see how it works for you guys today. It might be simply a different word if you don't want to use Om. I'm just using that as an example. Om's probably one that everyone's heard of. It's a very powerful word, especially when you chant it. You will feel it kind of vibrating through the whole body. So everything around us is energy, everything around us is vibrating at a certain frequency, and Om is the frequency of nature. So chanting Om, using Om in your meditation is just acknowledging our connection with nature. So it might be it might resonate for you, it might not, but just try it, see what happens. And we're going to just start the practice with actually sounding the word Om. So although it's spelt O-M, Om, it sounded A-O-M. So if you've been to any of my yoga practices, you may have done this, you may not, but just give it a go. So find yourself in a comfortable position. So ideally seated, you can lay down or you can sit in a chair, whatever's easier. So if you're uncomfortable with your legs crossed, you can lift the hips sitting on a cushion, or you can just bring yourself to whatever position is comfortable. And then either closing the eyes or taking the gaze down. Just start to acknowledge the breath, notice the breath and where it is today. Whilst doing this, just also try to keep some length in the spine. And just softening the shoulders and the face. Trying to allow the breath to just slow down, return to its natural rhythm, not trying to force anything. And then just taking a deep breath in through the nose. And a deep breath out through the mouth. And one more time, deep inhale. And a deep exhale. So just releasing any last bits of tension you might feel, wherever they may be. And then just very gently, just bringing your hands to the heart center if you're comfortable to do that. If not, just leaving them in the lap. So we're going to start just with sounding the word Om. And as I said, it is Om. So taking a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And taking an inhale for Om. Inhaling. And then exhaling, just releasing the hands wherever they fall. So staying with the eyes closed. Just reconnect with that sound. You might have felt it vibrating through the whole body. Bringing the awareness to the breath. So as you inhale, as always, you're expanding the belly. And as you exhale, the belly draws towards the spine, just finding that sense of release. Inhaling, feeling the breath coming all the way up. And exhaling. So we're not going to go with any count of breath. We're just going to let it flow naturally. So making sure you do elongate your inhales and your exhales, but don't get too worried about the pace. So just let it flow naturally. Just know that you are expanding on the inhale, so expanding the belly, maybe feeling the expansion into the sides and the back. If you are a practitioner of meditation, you may be able to take the breath up to the chest, maybe even into the head. So just going with whatever is comfortable for you today. And as you exhale, the belly draws towards the spine and you're just releasing everything down. So imagine the breath just rooting you through the floor and feeling a sense of release and calm. So staying with the breath, wherever it is today, making sure that you are maintaining length in the spine, softness in the face, the shoulders, the toes, the fingers, the knees, the hips. So the only effort here really is to just maintain that length in the spine. Working with the breath, maybe if you have Ujjayi in your practice, the ocean sounds, ocean breath, just bringing that in to just soften the movement of the breath. If the mind wanders, just start to bring it back to Om. So it's good practice just to repeat that word in your mind. So taking the awareness off of the breath now, just allowing it to flow in whatever pace you have set. And just repeating Om in your mind. If you find that your mind is distracted or it starts to trail off elsewhere, again bring it back to Om. And just be aware of the breath, the movement as it expands the belly. Maintaining softness in the face, the shoulders. Just internally repeating the word Om. Thoughts start to come in, which they probably will. Just bring yourself back to the word Om. Allow yourself this time, these few minutes, just to connect, reset. Coming back to the word Om, Om, Om. Just saying it internally to yourself. And thinking about the meaning of that word, universal connection, our connection with nature, universal vibration. Staying with the word Om, Om, Om. Staying with the breath, maintaining that length in the spine, maintaining softness in the face, the shoulders. Maintaining a steady pace of the breath. If you start to notice fluctuations of the mind or parts of the body starting to feel a little bit achy, just come back to the breath, trying to soften. Coming back to the mantra of Om, Om, Om. And then taking one more deep inhalation through the nose. And then release everything out through the mouth. On your next inhale, just bring the hands to the heart space. Just again pressing the palms together very gently, bringing the thumbs to the heart space, Anahata chakra. And just here again, taking a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, let everything release through the mouth. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then when you're ready, no rush, just start to rub the hands together, bring a bit of warmth to the palms. And then just taking your hands up to your eyes and just hovering the hands just in front of the eyes, feeling a bit of warmth as it flows into the face. Staying with the eyes closed. Just allowing the breath to just return to its natural rhythm now, no force, no effort. And when you're ready, just part the fingers slightly, flutter open the eyes, let a little bit of light in. Maybe just flutter the eyes a few times. And then just releasing the hands back to the heart space. So if you want to join in with another Om, we're going to end the practice with that. So taking a deep inhalation and a deep exhalation. Inhaling for Om. And just release the hands down and open the eyes. Well done, everybody. So whether that worked for you, that meditation or not, obviously if it didn't work for you, don't think you can't come back to meditation. There's so many different variations. They're all on my page. There's loads of different types, things that you can use, techniques that you can use. That is just another sort of variation, because everything is different for everyone. So if that didn't work for you, try something else. But yeah, have a lovely day, lovely Sunday, and I will see you again tomorrow morning. Namaste.